What is up, my dogs? Welcome to my quick rundown of how to be prepared for a very good cocktails class with me, Alex Wasily. In this quick video, I'll show you guys what tools you'll need, we'll go over some citrus, and wrap it up with a little tutorial on cooking syrups. Let's talk tools. A great bar always starts with a clean work surface and a blowtorch. I'm just kidding. You'll need a large and a small tin for shaking, a mixing glass. A pint glass works just fine here, just make sure it's glass. A jigger for measuring liquids, 1 ounce on the top, 2 on the bottom. A strainer, a fine strainer, and an optional julep strainer if you're feeling fancy like that. A bar spoon or a long-handled spoon, a citrus juicer of some kind, and a sharp knife. Having a zester around is pretty clutch too. Am I sponsored by Microplane? No. Would I like to be? Yes. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's talk about citrus. Bam! Let's go. I post the ingredients well in advance of every class, but the citruses we'll use for pretty much every class will be limes, lemons, and oranges. You may see ginger or jalapenos or mint as well, but like I said, you'll have a heads up. But let's stick to the big three here. When looking for good citrus, you want shiny and almost waxy. Shiny means the skin's loaded with aromatic oils for garnishing. You want firm, but not too firm, because we're gonna roll these bad boys till they're nice and tender. Think of it like tenderizing like a citrus steak or something. You'll see how soft they are after a good roll. Cut them up and juice them yourself, and for class, let's try to make 6 or 7 ounces of each. Don't waste your money on pasteurized juices that come in a bottle. They're loaded with stabilizers and preservatives that taste bad. You'll thank me, I promise. Fresh citrus only. We're gonna juice these bad boys into separate deli containers, and they'll last maximum 2 days in the fridge. Syrups. It's always good to have syrups in the fridge. Today we'll be making honey, demerara, and Big Daddy simple syrups. Let's start with simple. You want a saucepan, a super fancy measuring device, and just plain white sugar. Honestly, I made a lot here because you'll be surprised at how much you'll go through. Make sure you use a ratio of 1:1 sugar to water. This one you can make on your counter with just an equal part of hot water and sugar. Stir until combined. You can totally make this on the stove, just make sure it doesn't boil or burn. Wait for it to cool before you transfer it to a smaller bottle. It'll look thin, and that's okay. We're not making Mrs. Butterworth's here. Next up is demerara syrup. This one's different because our ratio is 2:1 sugar to water. I'm gonna use my super fancy measuring device again here, filling it twice to the top with sugar and once with hot water. Don't panic, it is a lot of sugar, but it will eventually dissolve. This one I actually had to finish on the stove to make sure it was 100% dissolved. And lastly, here's my favorite, honey syrup. I love honey in my cocktails. I try to sub honey for sugar in everything, and it rules to have the stuff in the fridge. So here we are again. This one's a ratio of 1.5 honey to 1 part water. Fill your actual measuring device, then fill it again halfway. Top it with hot water and it will dissolve in no time. Wait for it to cool before transferring it to a smaller container and prepare for glory. And that's it. And just like that, you're ready to make some very good cocktails. Like I mentioned before, all the ingredients for any live stream class will be posted well in advance on any of my social media accounts. And if you booked a private class, you'll get all the ingredients from me in an email. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message or send an email to verygoodcocktails@gmail.com or shoot me a DM, whatever. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're interested in booking a private class with me and the production team, just shoot me a message. Cheers!